from volleyball, where the 2025 African Women's Club Volleyball Championship has ended in Abuja. Zamalek of Egypt retained their title. They defeated Al-Ahly of Egypt by 3-1. So it was the final of two Egyptian clubs. They won 3-1, 29-27, 22-25, 25-20, and 25-22. Right there, of course. And for Zamalek, they had won the last two editions of this championship. So it's 3 titles in a row for Zamalek. Now, one thing about these Egyptian clubs is that they don't just have a football team. They are known as sporting clubs. So they have football clubs, basketball, handball, volleyball, athletics team, wrestling. And I think this is the model that a lot of Nigerian clubs will really need to copy. MFM were trying to do this a couple of seasons ago. I think this is the model really to go. For instance, you talk about maybe someone like a club like a Yimba, where you expect them to have more than just a football club. But these North Africans are quite organized anyway. So congrats to Zamalek. Al-Ahly of Egypt finished second. Kenya Pipeline Company Volleyball Club, KPC, finished third. Then Club Femini de Carthage of Tunisia finished fourth. Right there. Kenya Commercial Bank finished fifth. Kenya Prisons Volleyball Club finished sixth. For the two Nigerian clubs, Nigerian Customs Service finished 10th, while Chief of Naval Staff Spikers finished 11th right there. Now, Customs finished, of course, for 10th after losing to Police Volleyball Club of Rwanda in a classification game, while Chief of Naval Staff Spikers claimed 11th position after defeating La Volleyball Club of DR Congo 3-2 right there at the end of the championship. So, well, for Nigeria Customs Service and Chief of Naval Staff Spikers, sadly, they couldn't host and win. It was Zamalek who made it 3 titles in a row, coming to Abuja here to dominate. Now, let's talk about how the winners were crowned and rewarded. First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, was there at the closing ceremony. And, of course, she was the one who crowned Zamalek. Right there, of course, she decorated the team with their medals and also handed over the title to Zamalek Women's Volleyball Club. And it was great to see. Now, before the championship began, we did report, of course, that the Comptroller General of Nigeria Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, did lead a delegation to the State House, where they decorated Senator Oluremi Tinubu as the Grand Matron of the Women's Volleyball Championship. So she was at the opening ceremony to declare the championship open, and she also attended the closing ceremony right there to reward the winners. And you can see those pictures on your screen, of course. And it was great to see the First Lady personally attending both the opening and the closing ceremony. Now, a couple of other dignitaries that were there. Of course, the First Lady was there. The Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, was there. President, Confederation of African Volleyball, was also there. Talking about Hajaj Buchra. And also, we are the president of the Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, Mustapha Berraf, was also there, right there at the closing ceremony, of course, at the indoor sports hall of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. And now the First Lady commended the players for their dedication and sportsmanship and emphasized the importance of sport in uniting the continent and empowering women. Also, the president of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, Abu Gumen, was also there, right there at the closing ceremony. So let's see where the next edition of this African Women's Volleyball Championship will be held. Will Nigeria be hosting again? Time definitely will tell right there. So congrats to Zamalek for winning this one. Now let's leave volleyball. Let's quickly switch to basketball and tell you about River Super